brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Chiefs coming up next.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. Look at the big fella go. And down to the 19-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 56 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
They'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
To about the 33-yard line.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. T. Higgins, 67 yards. And the Texans have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker try on the field. They don't want that ball in the end zone.
before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. A quick throw caught by Rice. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Like somebody thought they had open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise I knew he was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Play fake, Mills. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. 2 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Mills. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Play action now. Mills. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Pierce will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game one?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum, you can take them out in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly or this might be their last game. Gabbard from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. A 6-carry drive, the last go-around touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him. There on the stop was Leo Chanel. 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Mills. His throw incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head right. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Texans.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now Mills. This pass complete to Higgins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot. Fourth and inches. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here.
After review of the play, ruling on the
so not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And it's a fake here on fourth and inches. Fighting through. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been, and in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense on the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep at the switch.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 32 that time. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Pierce. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Again, it's Pierce, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. Where do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something to develop slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaini Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Gabbard. And that throw his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
A second down throw for Gabbard. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. A first down throw for Gabbard. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Throwing again. Gabbard on 2nd and 10. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears the glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
They go play action. Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Mills. This ball caught by Mechie. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, 37 yards. And the Texans continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chiefs 3.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Off the play fake, Gabbard. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And his throw here is incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And the ball backed away. And with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
2nd and 10. Mills to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. George Karlaftis in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you down to a look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Day. Getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. Going for it with Pierce. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And this is not going to work as planned. It'll be blown up behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Mills throw completed to Mechie. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. In motion right, that's Collins. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
Here's Woodside to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 37.
Now Woodside. And that one too wide and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans are going to have the football with a first and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended on a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
There he goes, left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 127 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. A first down throw for Mills. That's complete. It's Collins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Pierce now up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself.
We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Woodside's throw complete there to Rice.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Throwing here, Woodside.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Woodside's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards to pick up. First down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Woodside.
Over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. Drag route, something short, shallow, going through defender.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Texans will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Mills and the Texans now come up with a 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line.
They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They go again with Pierce. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this route upfield across the 35.
Man, 188 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Here's Pierce on the counter.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Looking to throw is Mills. And he's taken down. A Chiefs save. Chris Jones in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home was a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round, and there's got to be no better feeling. Look at that 24-hour rule and enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Back to throw, Woodside. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Woodside looks to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
3rd down and 1.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other. They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. 2nd and 2. throw that side, complete to Tony. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much.
11-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And the Texans are moving on as we say so long, everybody.